Alright, we're back on the stream.
Time to put you down.
Eat dirt and die, motherfucker!
Down they go!
Glory to the Queen!
Frag out! Throwing frag!
I was born to fight! As we go!
Incoming
Excellent! I'm hit!
Run, coward!
Excellent! Come to my aid! Yes!
As you humans say, you...
You are wrecked!
An enemy has 10 kills remaining. Why?
Glory to the Queen!
I'm knocking them down!
Hostile down.
Useless creatures!
Irk,
Excellent!
work.
Oh, yeah! Yeah!
An enemy is 5 kills from victory.
Excellent! You're out!
Back to where you came from!
Oh, yeah, you ain't got nothing for the train!
Revive me!
Your defeat draws near. Act now.
There you are!
Hey.
A free-for-all. How entertaining. A new weapon is obtainable. A new power weapon is obtainable.
Your extinction is inevitable! Excellent!
Try again.
Yes!
Finish. Oh, hell yes! Enough. Ground walk.
Yeah, that's 4!
So good at smoke! Excellent! For the Queen! Your extinction is inevitable! Shoot for everybody!
Yeah, that's right!
Yes!
I need medical attention.
Yeah, that's right!
I've been hit! Excellent! Yes!
Hey, guess what happens next?
Yes! Yes! Incoming smoke!
Good find.
Incoming smoke!
Flame out!
An enemy is 10 kills from victory.
Get him!
I don't think so.
Excellent! Incoming smoke!
enemy has 5 kills remaining. Reverse this course now. One kill from victory.
Now we're having fun.
Gotcha.
Yes!
Five.
Only but yourself to rely on. Error will most certainly mean death. A new weapon is on the field. A new power weapon is on the field.
Incoming smoke!
Grenade is hot!
Back to where you came from!
Perfect! Oops! You lost your head!
Hey! Sweet vengeance!
I blew your mind!
Excellent!
An enemy is 10 kills from victory.
Don't mind if I do.
Death to the enemy! Death to the enemy! Got another!
Oh, you're dead!
Taste my power! Excellent!
Like I was born to do this!
Most useful.
Putrid weak thing! I've been hit!
You are dead!
Come to my aid!
See you later.
Nice, sucker! Yeah!
Read the armor, asshole!
An enemy has 5 kills remaining. Reverse this course now.
Yeah! Excellent! How you know the cold chain don't take no shit? Taste my power!
Should I kill you now, or let you crawl?
Just give up.
Don't mind if I do!
Which one of you freaks is next?
Man, you are all fucked up!
An enemy has only 1 kill remaining.
You just target.
They took me out! Come on, stick together!
At Panera, dinner is hot and ready to serve. Order our warm and toasty sandwiches for dinner tonight with delivery or pickup. Only at Panera.
Farewell. Go now to Valhalla End.
They thought machines contained this land for them. That power seduced them. Made them weaker. Let their death be a warning, child. Come. That will be your final test. Trust your instincts, young one. All machines fail. But the old ways preserve our Falai people.
Uncle Arthur.
You will return as one of us. Or return not at all.
Villa. I gift my offering to the All-Father. The Rikar Jotun that plagued our people. I found its lair. Bless me, Uncle.
Have you chosen exile?
I have brought down a creature that none among us has ever slaughtered.
You traded the lesson of the hunt for a quick kill with a trigger. You betrayed the old ways. Watch your tongue, child.
You are afraid of a power you do not understand.
That power enslaved us! You reject the very wisdom that kept us alive. You reject us.
I have spent 10 winters proving myself to you.
It is not my respect you must earn, young one. I lived to see you pass the test. It was not the gun that protected them. It was you. Perhaps there is more to the old ways than the weapon we chose. And beast nana slatra. You will be the first. Luthondur. The old father guides you now.
now to Valhalla End.
When it comes to investing, it's about what's working for you, your children, and their future. At JP Morgan, we'll bring a dedicated advisor and a personalized strategy to get you where you want to go. Planning, investing, advice. JP Morgan Wealth Management.
My dearest Natalie, as I write this letter, it's the middle of the night in late summer. An hour ago, you cracked the equations necessary to power the force field. You showed me up tonight, my magnificent daughter. And I couldn't be happier or prouder of that. I always knew you were special, but never did I fathom that the little girl who taught her staffed Nacy multiplication tables would grow up to master quantum laser mechanics. I have assured the Syndicate that the modified containment force field will be operational in a month's time, and it's all thanks to you. I may be just a doddering old fool trying to hold on to mon bébé a little while longer before he loses her to a daughter. But I do see you. I see the strong, brilliant, wonderful young woman you've become. And I know when the day comes that I'm no longer with you, you are going to be just fine. The games will be brilliant because you are brilliant. My daughter can and will do anything she wants in this life because she is the smartest woman in the frontier. Je t'aime de tout mon cœur, pour toujours, Papa.
I did it, Papa. I hope wherever you are, you're cheering for me.
Purging Terminal B. What the? Go, go, go!
The glass. Short guy's still armed. His right. Grenade incoming. Kick him.
Who's that?
Enough! Now!
No, it's happening again!
Oh, stop screaming!
Ain't nobody around who gives a damn.
What are you waiting for? Shut him up.
There's someone in my head.
Of course there is. You're crazy. A few extra CCs, the problem solves itself.
What's the matter with you? You didn't even try. You're better than this. Get up!
You're real.
Let's go.
I can't leave. No, they'll kill me. No one ever makes it out.
I did. So the IMC's still here in your world.
Wait! You're me? How is that possible?
All units, code violet. Lockdown on all levels.
Hey, listen. This place burrows for miles with only one way out. So, which way is it?
Who was that?
Trust just your eyes, and you'll lose. Don't worry. We just need time. Behind you.
$61137. Now hold. None of that's in order. Please.
That was your chance, and you missed it.
No, this isn't me.
The sooner you accept who you really are, the better. Why are you helping me? Don't you get it? We can make them feel every bit of what they did to us. I'm not looking for revenge. I want to know who I am. Too bad. Well, maybe one day you'll get what you're looking for.
So it is true. Oh, this is wild.
We gotta go.
Look at you. Look at you!
Don't do it!
What the fireworks? Are you insane? Asset containment!
Gotcha. What about the other one?
She's expendable, but don't lose that one.
Come on! We won't make it.
No. We won't. Go. It's me they want.
I can't make it. I'm not like you.
I had to leave my world to find what I was looking for. Now, it's your turn.
Run! Now!
Get up now. You're better than this. Trust just your eyes. What they did to us.
Watch out! Behind you!
Go.
dearest pizzerias. Oh, guardians of the pie. Thanks for making every slice worth torching the roof of our mouths. If you're serving late, so are we.
This place isn't bad, but it's still not as good as that shop on Stone Street. I can't believe they went out of business. Hello? And this is why you're single.
Check this out. It's a new security protocol, but it's not displaying properly through my diagnostics.
Try that new interface package I sent you.
Uh-huh.
Run decryption? Whoa.
It's a prediction algorithm. If whoever wrote this gets it online, they would be able to rig any match they want.
This is our chance. We can use it.
You can't be serious. These people will find us and kill us.
But imagine what this could do for us. It's one time, one risk to give us that second chance we've been searching for. The chance for a new life.
Mila, we will find our fresh start. This just isn't it. 영원한 가족?
Forever family.
이게 뭐지? Damn it, Mila. 에이씨. 아우, 진짜, come on.
We're sitting here tonight with James the Forge McCormick. It's great to have you here.
Of course it's great to have me here. But please, call me Jimmy.
Jimmy, your recent victories have qualified you to finally compete in the Apex Games. What does that feel like?
Oh, it's been a wild ride to get here, but Hammond Robotics has had my back the entire way. I am blessed to have such great support behind me.
Now, you've been hailed by many as the people's champion, but some still believe that you are not ready to be an Apex legend.
Look, the legends are great and they deserve respect, but they've never faced anyone like me. And when we hit the ground, I dare any of them to bring the fight up close and personal.
We seem to be having some technical difficulties. Sorry about that.
Don't worry.
They thought machines contained this land for them. That power seduced them. Made them weaker. Let their death be a warning, child. be your final test. Trust your instincts, young one. All machine fail. But the old ways preserve our Falai people.
Uncle Arthur.
You will return as one of us. Or return not at all.
Bluthunder will slaughter. Test is Filla. I give my offering to the All-Father. The Rikr Jotun that plagued our people. I found its lair. Bless me, Uncle.
Have you chosen exile?
I have brought down a creature that none among us has ever slaughtered.
You traded the lesson of the hunt for a quick kill with a trigger. You betrayed the old ways. Watch your tongue, child.
You are afraid of a power you do not understand.
That power enslaved us! You reject the very wisdom that kept us alive. You reject us.
I have spent 10 winters proving myself to you.
It is not my respect you must earn, young one. weep for me.
I failed you. Forgive me.
Nay, young one. Nay. I lived to see you pass the test. It was not the gun that protected them. It was you. Perhaps there is more to the old ways than the weapon we chose. And beast none slatra. You will be the first. Luthondur. The old father guides you now.
Valhalla end.
My world was shattered that day, and my path was now a fog of unknowns. The system tried to erase them, but some wounds are too deep to ever truly heal. I've always felt it in my blood. I am a thief, and a good one at that. It was the only way I felt true to myself. And those same feelings grew into opportunity. I honed my skills and enhanced my methods. With success came wealth, power, and friendship. I was... But something was always missing. Until now. There we are. I'm off to bed.
Wait, I found him.
What? What are you talking about?
I found him.
Well,
I gotta hand it to you. You sure do know how to make a fine piece of hardware.
Not only that, I think she may even be a better shot than you.
Well, reckon we'll never find out. Unless... Fancy a go, Anita?
Every time. You're just too bad, Pete.
Sorry, mate. All closed down for the night. What a lovely pleasure. I usually don't do a gauntlet round twice in one day, but your eyes don't even think about it. Right. Everyone got their clean knickers on? I know he does.
Huh?
Get her! Where's Big Sister?
Burn it.
Well, you put up one hell of a fight, kid. But it's your lucky day, eh? Yeah. You earned this. Let's get you patched up.
Off with some spice, some picante, if you will, with Sentinels. I like kicking it off with these guys, Dread.
Yeah, one of the more aggressive teams in North America, but one thing we must consider is the fact that they did not thrive when it came to the qualifiers as much as we would expect for a roster as big as this. That being said, other names struggled far harder than that of Sentinels because some of the best teams that we know are not even among us here. So Sentinels clearly trying to continue the claim as to why they are one of the best here, but also Teamfire, a team that has actually been looking for traction on social media, hitting up some of the talent, talking about how we are undervaluing them, and they proved it by qualifying and representing here for North America.
Well, what's a way to come out and tell everyone that no one's paying attention to you? But once you get to this point, then obviously we can't ignore you anymore. And that's exactly what Fire has done here, playing in Capital City right now, just looting up and grabbing what they can as they get ready and prepare for where this ring is going to go. And that can tell and dictate how this game is going to conclude. And with that Pathfinder, you can now be able to, like always, be able to tell where that next ring is going to be, just as they did right there. This is already looking like they want to continue to hold it in Capital City, Dread.
Yeah, a couple pings going down, though, so at least indicating some interest towards the future. You know, the small kind of perspective we get there in the top left of what we get from the Pathfinder indicates it's going to be somewhere near Epicenter, maybe a little bit to the western side there. So, you know, rounds move on. We will get a better understanding here, but a bit of action is it's going to be Rocker finding a Tango there on the second floor, losing his shielding. Looks like he's going to go and drop back here for the rest of the ranks.
And this is Team Squidward, a squad that I think a lot of people down, low HP. Lou's going to be out of this one as well, but there comes Rocker in for the save, and they're able to pick up those kills and pick up his teammates.
Yeah, and as you said there, Team Squidward being one of the better teams, actually the highest seeded team coming into today, some of the best performances in the qualifiers, and it's nice to see, you know, Lou showing that he still has what it takes there, moving on beyond FlyQuest as they've kind of gone each in their own direction, but a team that has remained constant is that of TSM as they find their way here in the outskirts of Capital City, looking for a very early transition there, Golden Boy.
Yeah, there are only 3 things that are constant in this life. It's going to be death, taxes, and TSM winning major events. Because so far, nothing else has changed. They've given us no indication that they are going to be slowing down. They have continued to remain at the top of the mountain for a very, very long time. And Aberleli's going to find one in front of him. That's going to be a G7 Scout, that very powerful weapon that these players are going to take advantage of. A few shots there just to put the fear in him and let him know that TSM is here to box.
Yeah, but the accuracy already displayed there by Aberleli. How fast he was able to find both targets, pressure them, and ease up the breathing room necessary for this rotation, again, shows the kind of class of play we expect out of TSM.
It's the little details, man. He threw those shots down, cracked the shield. That guy has to go back. They're not going to be dealing with them anymore. They could just keep on their merry way all the way up to Epicenter and get ready for this next ring.
The Epicenter ring, though, if it is in fact going to be the final one, sitting on the outskirts just towards the southwestern end of Epicenter, is very difficult to be able to hold because of all those icebergs that sit and split your approach towards the Epicenter. We'll figure out if that in fact is going to be it, as we are only 10 seconds out from the closing section of round number 1. But back with Fire with their transition, maybe found themselves TSM as they were making their way over to that Epicenter.
Also like the little bit of movement there from Fire. I think those were shots that were coming from behind, if I'm correct.
Great.
And I like and I appreciate how Bert was not exposing the head there and just turning his back, you know, turning around. It's little details like that, right? Not denying anyone the ability to get a headshot. Small details that players can do to take advantage, and the movement in the game allows you to do that.
With the transition up, though, on the zip from Fire, even though I really like it, it's so early in the game that it's also a problem. And the fact that, you know, a grapple, Pathfinder's the only one who gets the advantage out of that. A zip line, not only your team gets the advantage, but so does the enemy. It creates an access point that even a Pathfinder-less composition suddenly has now access to there. So we'll see how they end up defending, as there are a lot of people making that rotation. Sentinels, in fact, being one of them, as they make a pit stop here in Capital City.
I wonder what we're going to see as far as these weapon compositions that players are going to run. A lot of scouts, obviously. Wingman, obviously. And you got teams sometimes, it's, you know, we've discussed in great detail, teams sometimes running 3 scouts, right?
Yeah.
Just
heavy. The G21 meta.
Yeah, heavy on that weapon because, you know, it's just a very, very strong gun. But then you also need someone to handle the action in the close range, right? The PK, the Peacekeepers, the R99s. You need a little bit of, you know, the razzle-dazzle, if you will.
And, you know, we heard the analyst, I believe, talking about at one point some of the ammunition situation just between the G7 Scout and, in fact, the R99. And whenever you have so many G7 Scouts, the ammunition and the R99 is very high on the light demand. So I actually like talking about those weapon pairings. Very cost-effective. And when I say cost-effective, it's how much inventory it takes to be effective with a weapon. Things like the Wingman are very, very good at that in a different weapon category. So I think that's part of the reason we might see a rise of Wingman here at our tournament for North America.
That was Aqualix that was putting down shots there on Sentinels, forcing Sentinels to have to go back, but they're going to be taking shots of their own, and Ray Rain, he's going to be dropping down, needs to be careful and just heal up here for the time being. I do want to make note that while we were talking about what the weaponry we were going to see from these players, they were also really focused, Sentinels, on getting behind Epicenter. Epicenter with that high ground, you pop a G7 Scout up above, oh boy, you are cooking, baby. You might as well be a chef in the kitchen.
Yeah, very much so there. And this is actually interesting decisions coming out from Aqualix here, and the fact that they have made the transition down. I want to know what the Wraith decision here is going to be. The portal's laid down, and I think they're going to test the waters to see if this entryway is actually safe. And if it is not, they're going to reverse portal back and then take the other direction. Very clever play here from Aqualix, understanding the macro sense of early rounds very, very well, and doing as much research as possible.
Yeah, and you can take that damage, right? It's okay if you get tagged up a little bit outside of the ring because you're not going to be getting chunked for all that much health. So they have to make that decision. This is going to be a very wide rotation. Then we jump over to the other side here. You got Only One Mini along with Smile and Moose and Flower. They're in the tunnels currently. They're just running out and getting into that safe area here. The loadout, Wingman, Peacekeeper, the tried and true combination of competitive Apex players everywhere. Also running the Watson, Gibraltar, Gibby, who the analysts have talked about extensively, getting just so much love, which I'm okay with. He's a great guy.
He is. He is a great dude. And, you know, the bubble is only getting better with every patch of heals. You know, between the healing increase into the resurrection increase that we see here on the current patch that we are playing on today, he is definitely a force to be reckoned with and replacing often, as you've highlighted there, the common Pathfinder of old. But a team who has not replaced that here is Sentinel still, as Zom's running that classic, what I call the ugliest skin for Pathfinder, the watermelon there. He runs it every time, and it bothers me every tournament.
Well, if it bothers you, then... well, I'm okay with that, you know? All right, well, up above you got Force, Brood, and Promo on the high ground right outside at the edge of the zone. Also that zip line there just to get yourself to the high ground. A few shots were zipping by there on Force. I don't know if you heard that. And they're just going to take advantage of those G7 scouts, man. Crack the shields. Plan those shots out, get a little lead in there. You got players all around them here, and they could just continue to put some fear into them, some more shots. They have plenty of ammo to spare.
Nice openers there, and I like the caution with each shot. Very, very precise, making sure to take his time and look at the prey there. A third party comes in and easy cleanup.
Sentinels.
It's going to be sad there for Force, but Force what? But as you said, Sentinels are got to be the primary focus there, as they are likely going to force the push. 20 seconds out till round 2 is going to close. Can they defend off one of the favored teams here in this event?
Well, they have the angles, they have the range. If Sentinels wants to get up in their face and get aggressive, they're going to have to deal with Promos, who's so far up ahead there. I wonder what that is going to really pan out for Sentinels. They could potentially do it, but with that high ground control, it's going to be really challenging there. Now we go over to Pride, Metro, and Turns, and they're going to have the charge rifle here, Wade.
Yeah, something we haven't seen in a hot while. Finds a nice crack there onto purple armor. It's PTM now furthering the advance here into the fray. Peak number 2, not going to find anything here quite yet, but once he gets around this choke, they're going to have a big action there. Losing all the ammo, or armor, excuse me, in that trade to the wingman is not a good look here for PTM.
Like that these players are getting a little aggressive, getting a little aggro. Oh, wow. But the nade comes flying in from RKN, and they smell blood as Team Pro is going to engage in this fight. You got the R99 Peacekeeper overpowered. He's looking to live up to the name and get up in their face, as they are just going to send them with their tail tucked between their legs. Cracked armor over there. You got to chuck that thermite there just to be able to put some pressure onto them. There it goes. Nicely done by Overpowered. That's going to be a down onto Pride. He's going to get out of dodge. They did lose out on Peach there. RKN's going to be a little low, popping that shield battery there. Should be back in a fighting position here in just a second as that ring closes in, but they're going to be in that safe zone.
Overpowered got so much value out of that thermite grenade. It was absolutely
Truly
ridiculous.
Did.
To confirm the information on the second target for golden armor and the crack enabled his teammate to get an easy push into that and deal with the circumstances. Pro still continuing onward here as they are getting forced a slight amount by that circle. We're going to be down a piece, but it looks good for them. Back here with flying saucers.
Oh, and it ain't looking good. Well, goodbye, my friends. This flying saucer, you might as well just go back whatever planet you came from and try again later, because it ain't happening this time around. We jump back over now to Promo, Brood, and Force as they continue to live life in the frosty environment of the epicenter, chilling out here as, you know, that was my corny dad joke of the day. But they have, again, all of this range. It seems like they backed away from that fight with Sentinels there.
Yeah, and actually, you know, the decision-making that they have here to kind of choose an establishment to hold up for a short period of time, I actually really enjoy what they chose, and more importantly, when they chose it, because it is in a position to, even without the ultimate accelerators, which does come into play here, they have the opportunity to wait out the cooldown for the next Watson generator and be impactful on the next rotation as well. So it's a great opportunity to be able to gatekeep, have resources, but not setting yourself back for the future gameplay.
So they get their teammate Peach back in the action. Okay. Oh, you got to get out. Did you see that?
Yeah, but it should be noted, they're going to be coming through that portal. They know that Peach has no armor. They want everything to do with that skirmish whatsoever. PTN, the kind of side here, just to the south of actually the skirmish we just witnessed, is still down Pride.
Nope, this is Struggle City Population 2, because they're out of here. You got Metro, he's trying to stay alive. Turns is down, the recovery banner is out, but it ain't gonna matter. That's gonna be the kill. Goodbye, try again later. That was G-Dolphin that managed to pick up Metro Primal there.
And it looks like this is Pro here, able to survive what was a Crypto ultimate, pressuring this top high ground angle. Crypto, that seems to be the first glance we've actually gotten of him at the competitive level. And we'll see if it ends up paying off. But the fact that this Team Pro was able to bring back Peach and things are holding pretty successful in a round number 3 is very, very good for them. Able to loot things up and hopefully hold on here when round 3 comes to a close.
And also, I do want to note that that kill that came out on Metro came from Sniper Abusers, still very much in this battle here. You also got Force and I think that was going to be Pro in a fight as well. Aqualix living life all the way by the edge, so close to the safe zone, and there we go, right? Just as I had mentioned before, we were going to see that Epicenter final circle.
Wait, are they going to take that portal? Do they have the confidence to take somebody else's portal to get this pressure?
I don't think they're going to go for that.
You're right. They end up playing it a little bit safer here, but they do have a low ground position here. Are they going to Arcstar the Wraith to get the push? We do see the Gibraltar ultimate go out, but it's going to be denied there by the Generator. Actually opting to retreat out. Interesting choice here. Aqualix, though, will look for an Arcstar push in a matter of seconds if they want to take this high ground.
Oh, there's some players right to the right side here, and Phony's going to go down. That's going to be BCJ. That's Sniper Abusers that have that angle. And there goes the portal, right? Just got to get out of there. Get your teammate through that portal as soon as possible, because they're going to be chunked for so much.
Watson has to go through. Okay. I don't know if it's going to be too problematic, but letting the Watson go through first is probably going to be better there because the resources on the Pathfinder exist longer. And that is, the beginning of the end there. Struggling situation, not able to push fast enough. But the battle goes on. 15 squads here remain as we still sit with round number 4 in our game number 1.
You got Mini, Smile, and Moose and Fleur of this Watson Generator. Some fences being put up as well, just to give himself the added protection, sharing resources as well as we get ready for that late game battle. 13 squads remain, 37 players still left to tussle here. Got a lot of bodies left in the battlefield. Moose and Flowers gonna feel the pressure of that one, has to dip out of there, gonna pop back with that wingman. Try their best to be able to apply some pressure here, but it ain't gonna happen. As Snipe Down pushes in Controller Gang all day. He gets himself 1, he gets himself 2, and that is gonna be goodbye to that team as the Sniper Abusers continue on their trek.
Sniper Abusers, actually, we saw Snipe Down go for the armor swap for that situation. He actually traded from purple into a blue, so a bit of a setback in terms of overall resources.
Yeah.
They hold their own in that fight, but we'll see how it plays out. So far, looking so good there for what is one of our expected to do well teams here in this event. BCJ, Snipe Down, and G Dolphin, but Sentinel still holding their own here on Epicenter. Should be noted, this is a much more southern Epicenter circle than what you can see sometimes, or excuse me, northern. Sometimes it can be off to that southern edge where Capital City becomes a major problem, but over this specific one, Sentinels actually have a grand position because rarely is anybody moving from Refinery.
Anyone who is not in this high ground has a problem where this circle is right now, except for Sentinel, because they have the high ground, they have the coverage, they know where all the threats can potentially come from to cause a problem for them. And they're sitting pretty currently, and the ring is going to be closing in 10 seconds. We'll see now how these teams are going to have to push in, because you know that a lot of bodies are scattered around this safe area here.
Yeah, and when the next round closes in, not number 4 as we see coming to a conclusion here right now, but in fact the next one into round 5 is forces over to that little construction section that is just on the, I believe, northwestern end of the Epicenter. So everybody from to make their way all the way over to the opposite side, and it's moving through these icebergs and this kind of cutoff that you see through the ice that is so challenging as we watch Rogue make their attempt here towards the center.
Dude, nothing but heavyweights here for the top 12, man. Sniper Abusers, Rogue, Sentinels. I mean, I think Stinky's still going to be in the fray. I think Squidward might still be in the action too. Like, there's just so many great teams that are still going to be left to fight here as this circle's going to get nice and cozy for all of our players. It's only going to get more challenging from here, Dreadnought.
Yeah, but Rogue has been climbing the ranks, especially with the results in GLL, I believe placing 3rd overall. I think that this is going to be an event that is very defining for them, and I'm not surprised for them to look good here so far. They just got to be able to continue onward because it's not over yet. 12 squads remain. High ground advantage here as the triple take comes through. Unable to land the 3rd. One more. And there is the conclusion there. One more kill as that is Naffin dropping out from Team Squidward at 11 squads remaining.
Hey, I said it right. Heavyweights. That's what we have here. So many great players still left to fight for the top crown in game number 1 of the finals here for the Apex Legends Global Series online qualifier for North America. Back over to Rogue now. Just playing their corners, watching their angles, making sure no one's going to pop up behind and surprise them.
Taking the portal. Actually, that was the Wraith Cube back. That's going to be very difficult for them. Luckily, that's going to come up just before the next round closing, which is when we're going to need Sweet Dreams to be able to have that. What I want to raise here for Rogue is whether or not they opt into the low ground here or if they're going to use the path to try and attempt towards that high ground. We know there's a squad just waiting up there and dominating it, but likely also one towards that southern, or in fact, do they go towards a wide western push?
Well, look at where Sentinels are.
Yeah, I mean, just completely on the opposite side.
Yeah,
they're holding up.
Where Sentinels is positioned is very scary because they're going to be able to just tag a few players as they make that push. And here it comes now as round 5 is going to come to a conclusion. The zone is going to continue to creep forward. You got players up ahead. Retzi sees it. There goes the push now. Portal's going to be out. And Zombs adding pressure right away. Now into the portal they go. Right into that safe area. They know exactly where they're going to be. The grapple comes through, right through the fences there, baby! Nice play, but Zombs is gonna go down, and that was so well timed. You had the Arc Star disable all of that stuff that was gonna be lingering about there, but unfortunately, just not able to clean up the kills, and they read that one like a book.
Yeah, that was clean, and it looked so very good there, but just not enough opener with those few opening shots to really be able to set the tone here. Fire, though, actually, they have the final circle positioning pretty well here as well, and the fact that they have a lot of armor on the ground, they are prepared to armor swap whenever is necessary, but look at that, Burt, down to 25, maybe 10% HP, is going to look towards one of those swaps.
There goes the Mastiff, big boy coming out to play. Wow. Bowser, gets one. Player's going to be located right to the east of them here as his teammates getting tagged up. That's Burt. Tries to go for the loot and get sneaky there, grab something that he could use to his advantage. Unfortunately, doesn't work out. Gonna have to look around to see if there's any shields that they can use at that moment in time. And finds PvP.
That was PvP. PvP could have shot him. He had no HP. He could have shot him once and gotten the kill there. But the fact that he hit...
He had no HP either.
No, he was willing to play pacifist. The last man standing.
It was a game of chicken.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that he got that because he was completely out of armor, there was nothing sitting around, and then PvP's like, hey, boy, I got you, man. I got you back. Here you go. Gosh, so very lucky there for them.
Thank you for the delivery.
Yeah, exactly. On your front porch, man. But here we go. Promo, Brood, Force What, trying to find their way into that construction territory that we just watched the demise here. Wraith Portal is out.
This team looking to live up to the name of the Lil Poggies.
I'm ready.
Maybe some poggers in the chat. Who knows if this is going to work out for them. 4 squads remaining, 10 players left.
TSM still in it. We just watched them get a knock there. Albert lately, a kill onto somebody. We have gotten very little information on what they've been up to here with the 4 squads remaining, but they may be amongst them as out Imperial Hal went down. Here we see round 4 closing. Everybody forced here to make a transition out, trying to find somebody in the construction zone, but then he's stuck out.
Oh no, Vol, that is a big loss for them here. And Force, Brood, and Promos are still going to be hanging out in the high ground here. The Little Poggies might be able to take this one. 2 squads remaining. Who's it going to be on the other side that they're going to be contending against here? They have a lot of open area to work with, and it's going to be the Pathfinder in front of them. And there you go, GG, the Little Poggies take the win.
What? How does that happen?
I don't know.
Okay, so mainly I want to say what I'm in awe of is
they pay you to theorize.
Is that okay? So Sentinels maintains high ground positioning off and to the side for a matter of moments, and the only reason I thought it was Sentinels is again the ugly watermelon Pathfinder skin. And even if that wasn't them, what I'm in awe of is that we watched them end up struggling in that battle with the high ground positioning. We talked about refinery, the rotation that you make after that. It's very, very difficult to get pressured from there. They end up losing that battle, not maintaining the high ground that they want, and everyone was so concerned with the construction site in the center of Epicenter that position outside of the Sentinels battle there in that territory, Little Poggies almost never, it felt like, was heavily pressured, even though that is a very common advantageous position over that final circle.
It never felt like the Poggies were bothered.
Yeah.
It felt like they had free reign to do whatever they want. And sometimes that's honestly just how the cards fall, right? Where a team is just not being harassed. But there's just everyone for some reason just starts looking in one area. We saw what happened with PvP. They're kind of just like tucked away. You see a bunch of kills pop off there, and you know how important kills are, that you almost want to play that aggressive role so that this way you can just, rack up some points.
Yeah.
I think that for Little Poggy Zone, what worked out well for them was that they were just hey, go ahead, have a good time, fight it out. We'll pick up the scraps, we'll get a few kills here and there, but most importantly, we'll pick up a dub.
Yeah, I think it was very well done, and it was orchestrated, right? I think that's the prettiest thing about it, is that they were very aware of some of the decision-making that, whether it be Sentinels or somebody else, it doesn't matter. It's just knowing the highest pressure points based on the situation at hand and executing accordingly. I just wonder, under a different, in the next games, are they going to be able to continue clutching that if they do, in fact, receive the pressure that maybe was a miss in Game 1?
Yeah, that was a huge win for the Poggies, man. You would not have thought, when you look at the lobby and the people that were in that game, that, like I said before, the heavyweights that were in that game, the little Poggies were going to be the ones that come out on top. But just the intelligent play there, letting everyone else kind of just beat each other up, and then swooping in to just get that win. That is what it is all about. And now they're just that much closer to being the winners here and walking away with that top prize, which I think is the most important thing here. But overall, though, a great Game 1. The little Poggies come out on top there. And let's send it to some poggers themselves. We got Fallout with the analyst. Take it away.
Yeah, we are the definition of poggers over here live at the Legends Lounge. That's what we're going to call it. We had officially decided that.
I wonder who thought of that.
It may have been Evan. May have not been Evan. I think it was Bravo, actually.
No. Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody.
It was Evan. Don't try that.
I like that. He gives credit where credit is due. Fallout here, joined alongside Bravo, Lulu Lovely, and Rain Day. And game number 1 is complete. It was awesome. Long time coming. We've been waiting all weekend for this moment, the opportunity to break down some action. Evan, what stood out to you the most?
Honestly, it was just a great game, and we saw different faces of Apex show up. And this is what I'm excited about for the qualifiers. This is what I loved about this game. You had teams in advantageous positions. You looked at Onmu and those guys just absolutely holding top side of Epicenter. They were in a great spot, but then you also look at the best spot and ended up going to Brood, and they end up winning the game. But it just goes to show that you would expect TSM, you would expect Rogue, you would expect these guys to be there, but they weren't. This is a very unique atmosphere for Apex to be played professionally, and it's giving us a lot of great new things to look at.
Yeah, you almost felt like the dynamic of the game was changing. The power dynamic was changing often. The team that had the power position no longer ended up with that. Of course, Lil Poggies ends up on top. A team that you maybe haven't heard of. They're a team that actually originally had a team comp running with Gibby. They decided on Pathfinder days before the tournament began, and watching some of their early scrims. Talking about this team composition we saw with Pathfinder on their comp.
I mean, Pathfinder is a staple character. You get mobility, you get beacons, they know where the zone's going. And Brood's team, with that Pathfinder, they were able to get an amazing spot. And they looked unbothered the whole time. They really just held strong.
Yeah, they made it look easy. They really did. First place finish, which is 12 points, and they got a bunch of kills to suit.
Yeah, for me, it's just a continuation of the Open, right?
Right.
The story of Open was after the first round, not too many upsets, but once we got into the thick of it, really the later rounds of Open for North America, you saw a lot of the top teams that we expected to be here today dropping out, right? And the question going into this last set of 5 games is that going to continue to be the story? And Game 1 tells us yes. Some of these unknown teams, they're here to play. They're going to make a statement. You might have doubted them through Open, but guess what? If they continue to do well today, it's going to be hard to doubt them come the major.
Yeah, undoubtedly, especially if they played consistently. I know Lil Poggies was playing consistently yesterday through all the Open rounds. It was 5 straight rounds they had to do.
I think they got they were top 5 in their semifinal as well
They
yesterday.
were. Yeah, they performed incredibly well. So consistent play certainly does pay off, but that's a key storyline of this entire tournament. We're seeing an Open qualifier for the first time. We see teams like NRG, Complexity not competing today. Instead, we got teams like the Stinky, and we got Lil Poggies holding it down.
Yeah.
Team Squidwards. We got some unknown teams trying to make a name for themselves, trying to find an organization.
Yeah, and this is their opportunity to do so. You're right. Like, this is their moment to shine. If they want to get picked up, or, a lot of these people may also be individuals that recently got dropped from orgs, or they've been involved in some roster changes. So this is their time to shine and find a new home.
Yeah, we got to give a lot of love to Lil Poggies, doing it in a big way the first game. Of course, 3 members of the team. Brood is 31 years old.
Crazy.
Oakland native. This man's holding it down for the 30-plus club. For I think maybe one of our few players in the 30-plus club.
Which is big for Apex, right? Because Apex,
huge.
to be honest, it's a pretty young community.
Lean's young,
when you look at in terms
Except
of
you.
esports. Thanks, man. Jeez. I had your back at the beginning of this segment, man.
You really did.
Like hard.
You throw him under the bus.
And this is what this is going to be a long day.
It's going to be a long day.
Long day,
I think
right?
we have to cast together, too. This is going to be fun. You can get me back then.
It's right. He's 29, almost 30 years old. That's right. I didn't know.
Hey, don't throw me under the bus, too.
I don't know what to say.
But Brood is holding it down, of course. Playing alongside teammates from 24, 27 years old, so leaning a little bit older, which you don't see happen very often. A huge shout out to the Lil Poggies. They actually had a different roster. They're playing with Turns, I believe, formerly Pittsburgh Knights, and Turns left to play with a different team, I think, weeks before this tournament. They just picked up Brood a few weeks ago, have been scrimming for just a little bit, and that scrim mentality, Brood is their IGL. It's all coming together.
Honestly, and I've played a few games with Brood, and we did Twitch Rivals together, and he's always been a go-getter, and I'm pretty sure he plays on controller too.
Controller player,
yes.
holding it down.
So like he's always has had it in him. So I'm not surprised to see him taking this team and winning.
I mean, controller players are superior. That is a fact.
Okay, that's a dangerous conversation.
You're like getting bamboozled.
Too many angles.
We're talking a lot about Brood, and I think the great setup. Obviously, low Poggies they won, but it was a lot of little things that actually ended up leading into that. So, and the thing is, with those little things, you have moments where they decide the game, but you don't see them. Maybe you catch them off camera. The fighting happened mostly away from where low Poggies was, and to me, that ends up being the thing. The little armor swaps that don't work out for Fire, the little moments where they're actually finding kills that they shouldn't. It helps Poggies to just secure that spot and say, wow.
Yeah. And the best part about it, we have some highlights to break down the action and the little moments that led to where we are at. Bravo, a couple things that stood out to me early on. We did see at the very beginning, Team Squidward's actually getting an early kill off contention at Capital City. So great job by Lou, former FlyQuest, to do a big snipe down. Picked up a lot of kills early on with the snipe abusers as well.
Yeah, it was a great push right here that you're actually seeing the receiving end of a snipe down. Snipe down is back in the Wraith role. He's also back in the IGL role. He's excited to play with these guys. I got to talk to him before the tournament, but he is a guy who was going to W key. He still calls it W key.
He does.
Hold left thumbstick forward. But yeah, he's a guy, like a lot of top players that are really ready to hold forward and keep going and pushing, and he showed a great display of that there.
Yeah, a lot of kills picked up by the snipe abusers. Of course, a roster we're looking out for, BCJ and G Dolphin flying out from Europe. Lulu, any other teams that stuck out to you? You thought we had a great advantage with Highside right there. It didn't work out for them in the end.
I mean, it was a good position. Unfortunately, Zone did pull away from that, but that just shows, they were ready. That's one of the things that Zone might just mess you over.
Yeah, they positioned early, and that's the benefit of having a Pathfinder, right?
Exactly.
You get opportunity for knowledge, you understand where rotations are going to go. But in the end, the best positioning in the game were Lil Poggies. We said it earlier, and they had a chance to really, really do it big and close things out. We are now, Evan becomes Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Dreadnought is going to be leaving us.
Yes.
You catch a flight, but you absolutely dominated match number 1, man. Absolutely dominated.
It was one game and I got the victory, so I'm 100. But no, I want to say goodbye to every one of you, and just keep carrying the team, man. I'm excited to be able to see what ends up unfolding here the rest of the day.
You're the man. Big shout out to Wade and a lot of love for Dreadnought. Honestly, one of the most brilliant minds and casters. He's humble as well. That's great to see. Someone who's not so humble, on the other hand, is my friend Golden Boy. I think Golden Boy is going to be joined with Evan, aka Rain Day, to break down the action for game number 2. Big shout out to my man Golden Boy and Rain Day at the desk.
Are you darn right I ain't humble? I'm a global icon, national treasure, award winner, best friends with Dwayne Johnson, professional wrestling commentator, entertainer of millions around the world. You better believe that I'm not humble. Hi, Evan.
Hey, I'm just here. And it's a good place to be next to a guy like this.
Well, let's go. Let's just jump into some games here, man. We got game number 2 coming up now. And once again, we're going to be taking a look at Sentinels at the start of this one. And Sentinels, I think, always come with them just, the story, the drama, the hype, the intrigue. Sentinels bring it all.
I mean, this is a team that definitely knows what they're doing as far as playing the game, and they're one of the most respected teams. It's why they're getting a spot such as Sorting Factory with such high-tier loot and so much ability to kind of get geared out at the early part of it. But there's a big story because they do have to keep
battle for victory!
Throwing fire!
Welcome to old-fashioned gladiatorial combat. May the cruelest beast win. A new weapon is on the field. Dead. A new power weapon is obtainable.
Eyes on target!
Did you hear that? Ha ha! Was that your ear? Did you hear?
Gotcha! Dr. Hart!
Got it?
I found! That's what I found!
An enemy has 10 kills remaining. What will you do about it?
Enemy contact! Stay down!
Coming fire! Excellent!
Have some of this, motherfuckers! Yes!
Haha! Check that!
An enemy has 5 kills remaining. Reverse this course now!
I've been hit!
Don't fuck with a Carmine!
Pay for effort.
Not so bad.
Incoming flash!
An enemy has only one kill remaining.